Yes, dear students, my name is R.K. Dhami. Today we will start the PLC, that is nothing but programmable logic, programmable logic controller. Actually, it is a control part. Actually, any machine like CNC machine, if you would have heard the name, computerized numerically controlled machine. There are two parts. One is the mechanical part. I mean, where the spindle is running. We are putting the this drill bits and all those things. I mean, tools are normally put in that particular spindle. And the another part is your controller part. In controller part, this PLC is used. Now, as the name indicates, programmable logic controller. This machine, we can make the program in this machine logically. Of course, I will tell you the meaning of the logically. So those programs which are prepared logically and run in this machine runs those programs. So that works as a controller. So that machine is nothing but a controller because it controls that particular program. Now logically, as I told you, suppose we have to run the traffic light. And traffic light, we know the sequence of our lights is nothing but that is green is first, then yellow will be there. I mean, timing will be there. For green, let us say it glows for 7 seconds. Then let us say yellow is there for 2 seconds. Then the red is there for 5 seconds. Like that, it is then repeated. So for that, logically we have to make the program, that programmable logic controller. That is the meaning meaning of this particular machine electronic device. Basically, it is nothing but the electronic device. Now nowadays in automation, you will see in each and every plant nowadays all the manual processes, even semi-automatic processes are being converted into the fully automatic process. And to that particular automation, this machine is normally used, of course, with all other some peripherals, mechanical parts, some other things. But this has the main role. Now the programmable logical controller, the parts of the programmable logic controller means the components of the programmable logic controllers inside. I mean, what is the block diagram, you can say. So in the block diagram, you will find the components. Number one, because it is a controller, definitely one processor will be there. So CPU will be there, central processing unit. Then second will be, of course, because something which is, see, this machine normally senses some inputs, and that inputs I will discuss what are those inputs. But that sensed input is then given to the machine, of course, through the program. Like suppose we have made some program to run a machine or to switch off or switch on a lamp or the tube light or a fan. That program we normally make this with the inputs of the PLC, and those inputs it senses. I mean, maybe a switch, maybe a push button. We will discuss later those things. So through those inputs, whatever we are giving. So inside there will be one input module. Input module inside the PLC. It will process that one, and after doing that one, it will keep somewhere inside the memory and all those things. So definitely the memory will be there. It is just like the computer. Memory will be there. Then fourth, it will give some result, and that result, where you will put that result? In the output side. So output module is there. How it is being then interfaced or communicated with the computer. So for that there is another module inside the PLC, that is nothing but that is the communication module. So fifth one, you can note down the communication module. Where the data is transmitted and received. Because we will normally we will make the program in our computer, and that program is transferred to the machine, program logic controller, and then it runs that particular program. So inside, basically, these components are available in the PLC. Now next we will see who are the manufacturers of the PLC. This also I will run. Manufacturers of PLC. Number one, AEG Modicon. Siemens is there. Then Mitsubishi. Omron is there. LG is there, etc. Like that, lot of manufacturers are there. Some is Germany based, Japan based, America based. Like that, these manufacturers are there. See, broadly speaking, by and large, PLC has the same programming structure for all these of manufacturers. I mean, if you are able to understand the programming part of one particular manufacturer's PLC, you can program the other manufacturers' PLCs also. With the only difference that nomenclature, I mean the addressing of the inputs and outputs will differ. That we will see later. That will be the only basic difference. We will see the different programming aspects to solve the different industrial exercises, simple exercises, that we will see one by one. Next. Just I told you that input module and output module. If I talk about the inputs, what are the basic components, what are the things which are considered under the inputs of the PLC? So if I talk about the inputs, I can say any type of switch. Switch means it may be a SPST, single pole single throw. The technical name is single pole single throw. Then push button. Push button may be, push buttons are also two types. One is NO, another is NC. So normally open, normally close. It is normally open and it is normally closed. So push button is also considered under the inputs of the PLC. I mean, these are the things which we are saying that through this whatever signal is being sent, it will be sensed by the inputs of the PLC, because any PLC will have the inputs as well as the outputs, and inside all those things which we discussed. But outside you will see that inputs are there and outputs are there. From the output we will connect some actuator. We will see what are the components under the output. Now third is sensor or transducer. Then fourth is encoder. So these types of things will be considered under the inputs. Like if some temperature is being sensed through some sensor, the output of that particular temperature sensor will go to the input of the PLC. Next we will see what are the things which are normally considered under the outputs of the PLC. Now, outputs. What are the outputs? What are the devices? What are the components? What are the things which are considered under the output of the PLC? Like means on the output of the PLC we can connect bulb. We can connect tube light. Here I can write fan, or I can say an coil, contactor, relay, contactor. These are the things which are we can connect in the output side. Any relay, any coil, any solenoid also. Solenoid also we can connect in the output. Solenoid means it is normally either the pneumatic valve or the electro-pneumatic valve. It may be the monostable or it may be the bistable. And there in that particular particular coil is given the signal from the output of the PLC. So that is nothing but the solenoid coil. So coil is there, relay is there, contactor is there, bulb is there, tube light is there, fan is there, motor is there. So motor also, if I have to give the connection, then I will say motor. So these are the outputs which are normally considered like means output of the PLC is normally connected to these things. Basically, if something is being actuated to some program and that output is connected to either motor, bulb, coil, relay, contactor, anything, we will see in our programs one by one. Okay, fine. Next. I will simply put a very schematic diagram of this PLC. It will be like this. This is my PLC. These are the inputs. Like input number 1, it is 1 number. This 2, this 3, 4, 5, like. Then outputs is there. See the output number 1, output number 2, output number 3, output number 4, like this. Here, these are the inputs. And here there will be one common point, common. This is the common. It is connected to the minus point of 24 volt DC. This is a DC, 24 volt DC. This is the input number 1, input number 2, 3, 4. It depends. Now, if I say my some PLCs 8 input and 4 output, this is the configuration. Or it may be, let us say, 14 input and 8 output. It depends. So these are the inputs where common point I have connected, and here on this input side we normally connect the switches, push buttons and all those things. And the output, this is the output side, this is the input and this is on output side. These outputs are nothing but these are the potential free potential free outputs. Means these are the contacts, just the relay contact. This is just a schematic. Now, once we start the programming part, we will see how the switches, bulbs, or relays, or coils are connected with the PLC. That we will see later on. Just I do this schematic of the PLC. Okay. Now, next is this was the schematic diagram. Now we will see. Before that, I mean to start the programming aspect. Before that, I want to tell you something about the NOs and NCs. What is NO and what is NC? NO means this is normally open. Normally open means what? Contact. And NC is nothing but normally closed. Of course, contact. When we talk about the NO and NC, means this is like this. NO. This is NC. These are two types of contacts. It means what? This path is broken here. I mean, if something is connected here, it will not go towards this side. I mean, current will not flow from this to this, so long it is open. But once it is made, this contact is made, the current will flow from this side, left side to the right side. And this is nothing but the NC contact, normally closed contact, where whatever you are connecting here, it will go to that side initially. Why I am saying initially? Because in the relay and the contactor, I will just tell after this the relay concept and the contactor concept, just from programming aspect of view. I mean, in relays, normally we are having the two types of contacts, NOs and NCs, normally open and the normally closed. Like if this is my relay, suppose I draw, this is my relay. Okay, so this is the point. Here we will connect the supply to energize this. These are the contacts. NO. This is NC. This is NC. So suppose if I am connecting here 230 volt phase, and here if I am connecting one bulb, this is my bulb, and this is nothing but neutral. So this bulb will initially not glow until unless this relay gets the supply. This relay, once it is getting the supply may be DC or the AC. Supply may be DC or AC. When I am giving here the supply, what will happen? It will be energized. These contacts which are open contact will be made and NC contact will be open. I mean, make will be the break and break will be the make. So break is there, it will be made. Make is there, it will be broken. Now here whatever initially it will not glow. I mean, suppose it is the green bulb. And here if I am connecting phase, and here the bulb, and suppose it is red. Initially this red bulb will glow. This is another bulb. Initially this bulb will glow. This bulb will glow because it is connected. 230 volt is coming here, neutral. Okay, any bulb, how you are normally switching on your bulb. Bulb means this is switch, this is bulb, This will go in neutral. This is phase. This is my switch. This is bulb. Like that you are normally switching on your bulb. And here the switch is already made. So this 230 volt, what will happen? This 230 volt will go towards this bulb. Bulb is also nothing but it's a coil. You know, a filament will be there. Here is a filament. So this filament, one end will get the 230 volt. Another end will get the neutral. So this bulb will glow. So initially this bulb will glow. The color of this bulb is nothing but the red we have chosen. So you will find that the red bulb is glowing, green is off initially. Once we are giving the supply to this relay, what will happen? This relay will be energized, and inside mechanically, this contact will be made and this will be open. So now this red will be off and green will glow. This is the concept of the relay. And same concept is the with the in contactor also. This is the relay, another is the contactor. This is not contractor, this is contactor. In contactor also we are having one coil. This will be energized. Inside we will have the NO contacts and NC contacts. Those will be, make break will take place after energizing of the coil of the contactor, right? But in contactor there are, in addition to these contacts, normally NONCs are having the very small, you can say, the current capacity. You can say from 1 milliampere to 500 milliampere, let us say. But in contactor, of course, and these contacts are also known as the auxiliary contacts, or these are used in the control part of any circuit. I will discuss the control part, what is the meaning of the control part, and these contacts are actually used in the controller part. Now in contactor also these contacts are there. In addition to these contacts, power contacts are also, and those power contacts are having the current bearing capacity up to 5 amperes, 2 ampere to 5 amperes, because there the motor, coil, 3-phase or 1-phase are connected now. So that requires much more current. Here those power contacts are not there. But in controlling part, we can make use of the contactor auxiliary contacts as well as the relay contacts also. So this is the funda of NONC. Then in the programming also we will see the funda of NONC with respect to the PLC.